Welcome back, everyone. Today we're going deep on Deepseek, this Chinese AI app. Well, it's been making headlines globally. I mean, it's not just topping the download charts, it's shaking up the tech industry. Even caught the attention of former President Trump. We've got a whole mix of sources to dig into. News articles, tech analysis, even some social media chatter, so we can really try to understand what makes DeepSeek so special, why everyone's buzzing about it, and what it could mean for the future of AI.
I think the thing that's really striking is how DeepSeek just seemingly came out of nowhere and immediately started impacting giants like NVIDIA. I mean, their stock took a real nosedive, and they even dropped in the market cap rankings. So it's a pretty clear sign that something big is happening.
Yeah, it definitely has everyone's attention. But before we get into all that, I think it's worth taking a step back. For those of us who might not be totally familiar, could you give us kind of a rundown on AI in general and what makes generative AI like DeepSeek so
Sure
different?
thing. So in the simplest terms, AI is all about making computers think like humans. We're talking about training them on mountains and mountains of data so they can learn to spot patterns and solve problems. Now, generative AI, which includes tools like DeepSeek and ChatGPT, they take this a step further. They don't just analyze data, they actually create things. We're talking new content, conversations, even writing code. It's a whole new level of AI.
So DeepSeek is similar to ChatGPT then, in terms of how it works and what it can do.
Yeah, in many ways, early reports suggest that DeepSeek is right up there with OpenAI's models, especially in areas like coding and, complex math problems.
Oh,
But here's the real kicker, the
yeah,
cost of
that's what I
development.
find really fascinating. We're talking about DeepSeek being developed for something like $6 million, while estimates for GPT-4's development cost are in the $100 million
Yeah.
range, maybe even more. It
Right.
really makes you wonder, how is that even possible?
That's the question on everyone's mind right now. It seems that DeepSeek's founder, Liang Wenfeng, had the foresight to stockpile NVIDIA's A100 chips before those export restrictions came into play. And there was a lot of speculation that they combined these top-tier chips with less powerful ones to create a much more efficient system. And on top of that, DeepSeek apparently uses way less memory than its competitors. Talk about a smart move.
Yeah, it seems like that cost-effectiveness was a key factor in DeepSeek's kind of explosive popularity. It was the #1 downloaded app on Apple's App Store for a while there, even with the cyber attacks and website outages they experienced. What are your thoughts
Well, there's
on
no
that?
doubt that DeepSeek's affordability makes it incredibly appealing, but it's also interesting to note that DeepSeek seems to be avoiding politically sensitive topics, unlike some other Chinese AI models, for example. It didn't provide any information when asked about the Tiananmen Square incident.
Hmm, that's a really interesting point. Speaking of interesting, let's talk about the person behind all of this. DeepSeek's founder, Liang Wenfeng. He seems to have quite the
He
resume.
definitely does. Liang has degrees in both electronic information engineering and computer science from Zhejiang University in Diego. What's really impressive is his success with Highflyer, an AI-powered hedge fund. They were pioneers in China, the first to raise over 100 billion yuan, which is roughly 13 billion US dollars. So clearly he knows what he's doing.
Yeah. And he's not shy about his ambitions for China. In the world of AI, he's on record saying that China cannot remain a follower forever in AI development. He also made a point of highlighting how surprised Silicon Valley seems to be by China's advancements in this field. Of course, these advancements. And DeepSeek's sudden rise has sparked global reactions, haven't they? I'm thinking specifically of Australia's decision to ban DeepSeek from government devices.
Due to those security concerns, right, Australia's ban really highlights the anxieties surrounding data privacy and security, especially since DeepSeek servers are located in China. Several data protection authorities have been questioning DeepSeek's data handling, and some have even taken action. Italy, for example, has blocked the app completely. These actions really raise some big questions about how AI development is going to be regulated on a global scale.
Yeah, it seems like DeepSeek is really shaking things up, challenging the notion that you need enormous budgets and the latest, most expensive chips to make breakthroughs in AI.
Absolutely. One analyst, Wei Sun, put it perfectly when he said, DeepSeek has proven that cutting-edge AI models can be developed with limited compute resources. That statement really contrasts with the approach of companies like OpenAI and makes you wonder about their high valuations and massive expenditures.
Yeah, it's almost like DeepSeek is flipping the script on how we think about AI development. But it's not just about the tech world, is it? DeepSeek's success is making waves in Chinese media and even in government discussions.
It's a huge source of national pride. They see DeepSeek as a victory for China's push to become technologically independent. Marina Zhang, an associate professor at the University of Technology, Sydney, even called Deepseek Success, a validation of China's Innovation 2.0, which she describes as a new era of homegrown tech leadership. However, she also cautioned about the potential for increased tech isolationism.
So we've got this incredibly powerful tool developed with the comparatively limited resources, causing ripples across the globe. From tech companies to governments, we've touched on data privacy, technological competition, and even the future of AI development. Where do we go from here? This is definitely a lot to think
It
about.
certainly is. And this brings us to another critical point to consider. Could DeepSeek's success unintentionally fuel tech isolationism? Could it further divide nations in the tech world? This is a question we need to explore carefully. As we move forward,
That's a really important point. So far, we've covered DeepSeek's impressive capabilities, its remarkable cost-effectiveness, the intriguing background of its founder, and the global reactions it has provoked, including that important question about tech isolationism. Let's dig deeper into DeepSeek's potential impact, particularly on the global AI landscape, for example. How do you think established players like OpenAI will respond to this new competition?
that's a great question, and it leads us to another crucial aspect of this whole DeepSeek phenomenon. How will its success influence the global AI race, particularly between the US and China? It's a complex issue with no easy answers. DeepSeek's emergence has undeniably shaken things up, showcasing China's growing prowess in AI development. It could potentially escalate the competition between these two powerhouses, leading to a more fragmented, less collaborative global AI landscape.
What sort of AI arms race, perhaps?
Some might call it that. However, there's also a chance for collaboration. Both the US and China have a vested interest in ensuring that AI development benefits humanity as a whole. This common goal could provide a platform for cooperation, even amidst competition.
So it's a bit of a yin and yang situation, with competition driving innovation, while the need for responsible AI development could encourage collaboration. Finding that balance will be key to shaping the future of AI in a way that benefits us all.
Absolutely. And speaking of shaping the future, let's zoom in on the user experience. You mentioned that DeepSeek is a lot like ChatGPT. What are some of the main ways people are actually using it?
Okay, let's shift gears and focus on what it's actually like. To use DeepSeek, you mentioned that it functions a lot like ChatGPT. What are some of the main ways people are putting it to work in their daily lives?
Well, it's pretty amazing to see the range of applications people are finding for it. Just like ChatGPT, DeepSeek is being used for everything, from crafting creative content, like stories and poems, to getting assistance with coding tasks, and even learning new languages.
So it's not just a novelty, it's a tool with real practical application.
Exactly, and its accessibility plays a huge role in its popularity. The fact that it's a free app opens it up to a much wider audience, compared to some of the paid AI tools out there.
It's incredible to think how DeepSeek is prompting us to reassess our assumptions about AI development. We often hear about these tech giants investing billions into AI research. But DeepSeek's success suggests there might be another way, a more efficient, maybe even more agile approach.
It's definitely a compelling counter-narrative. DeepSeek has demonstrated that ingenuity and strategic resource allocation can sometimes outmaneuver sheer financial muscle. This could be hugely inspiring for a new generation of AI innovators, especially those in regions with limited resources.
And that could lead to a more diverse AI landscape, with contributions coming from all corners of the globe.
Precisely. A more diverse AI landscape could lead to more creative solutions, addressing a wider range of needs and perspectives.
Well, we've certainly covered a lot of ground. In this first part of our deep dive into DeepSeek, we've talked about its capabilities, its impact on the tech industry, the founder's vision, global reactions, and the potential for both innovation and isolationism. It's clear that DeepSeek's rise is more than just a tech story. It reflects broader geopolitical shifts, the changing nature of innovation, and the pressing need for global dialogue around AI
I
development.
completely agree. DeepSeek's story is a powerful reminder that we live in an era of incredibly rapid technological change. The choices we make today about how we develop and use AI will have far-reaching consequences. It's up to all of us, developers, policymakers, researchers, and even everyday citizens, to shape the future of AI in a way that benefits all of humanity. And this is just the beginning of the conversation.
It's fascinating how DeepSeek's emergence is really making us rethink some of those fundamental assumptions about AI development. We often hear about these big tech companies pouring billions into AI research. But DeepSeek's success kind of suggests that there might be another path, more efficient, maybe even a more agile approach.
Yeah, that's definitely one of the most intriguing aspects of this whole story. DeepSeek has shown that ingenuity and strategic resource allocation can sometimes be, well, more impactful than just throwing money at a problem. I mean, this could be a real game changer, especially for smaller companies or research groups that don't have access to that same level of funding as the industry giant.
It's almost like David taking on Goliath in the AI
Yeah,
world.
I like that analogy. And this underdog story, it's really resonating with a lot of people, particularly in China, where DeepSeek's success is seen as a symbol of national pride and technological independence.
We've talked about the data security and privacy concerns
Hmm.
surrounding DeepSeek,
Yeah.
especially with its servers being based in China. Can you elaborate on those concerns a bit more?
Sure. One of the primary anxieties stems from the fact that DeepSeek servers are located in China. This raises questions about how user data is being handled and whether it could be subject to government surveillance or even censorship.
Right, and we've already seen some countries taking action, like Australia banning DeepSeek on government devices and Italy blocking the app altogether.
Exactly. Those are prime examples of how these data security concerns are actually translating into concrete actions. It also underscores the need for greater transparency and international collaboration when it comes to regulating AI development.
Because this isn't just a Chinese issue, it's a global one.
Absolutely, you're right. AI technologies, well, they transcend national borders, and their impact will be felt worldwide. That's why it's so crucial to establish those clear ethical guidelines and regulatory frameworks that address data privacy, security, and potential biases. In AI systems,
Now let's bring it back to DeepSeek's founder, Liang Wenfeng. He seems to have a really clear vision for China's role in the AI landscape. What are some of his key goals, and how do they align with China's broader ambitions in the tech
well,
sector?
Lang's vision seems to be centered around propelling China to the forefront of AI innovation. He's made it clear that he believes that China should no longer be content with simply following in the footsteps of Western tech giants. His ambition aligns perfectly with China's national strategy of achieving technological self-reliance and becoming a global leader in emerging technologies, including AI.
So DeepSeek is not just an app, it's a symbol of China's aspirations to be a dominant force in the global tech landscape.
Exactly, and its success so far is seen as a validation of China's approach to fostering innovation and nurturing homegrown tech talent.
But this ambition also raises some concerns about potential tech isolationism, doesn't it? Could DeepSeek's success lead to a more
Mhm.
fragmented global tech
That's a
ecosystem?
valid concern. While healthy competition can drive innovation, excessive rivalry and a lack of collaboration could hinder progress and limit the potential benefits of AI for everyone.
So the key takeaway here is that while DeepSeek's rise is this remarkable story of innovation and ambition, it also presents a really complex set of challenges and opportunities that require careful consideration and collaboration on a global
Couldn't have said
scale.
it better myself. And as we kind of delve deeper into this world of DeepSeek, we'll continue to explore these complexities and unpack their potential implications for the future of AI.
Speaking of delving deeper, let's talk about the potential ripple effects of DeepSeek's success.
Mm.
How do you anticipate this will impact the future of AI
Well,
development?
one significant impact could be a shift in the AI landscape towards more cost-effective development models. DeepSeek has shown that it's possible to achieve those impressive results without the massive budgets that were previously thought to be essential.
So this could potentially democratize AI development,
Yeah.
allowing smaller players to enter the field and compete with those established
That's
giants,
a distinct possibility. Could also lead to a greater focus on efficiency and resource optimization in AI research and development.
which could ultimately accelerate the pace of innovation.
Exactly. However, it's important to acknowledge that there are potential downsides as well. For instance, the pursuit of cost effectiveness could lead to compromises on data privacy or security if corners are cut.
So it's a balancing act. We need to foster innovation while also safeguarding those ethical principles
Yeah,
and protecting user
I
data.
agree. Finding that balance will be crucial for shaping the future of AI in a way that benefits all of us.
Now let's switch gears a bit and talk about the actual user experience.
Yeah.
With DeepSeek, you mentioned that it's similar to ChatGPT in its functionality. What are some of the main ways people are actually
Well, it's
using it?
fascinating to see the variety of applications that people have found for DeepSeek. Just like with ChatGPT, users are leveraging it for everything, from generating creative content, like stories and poems, to getting help with coding and even learning new languages.
So it's not just a novelty. People are finding real practical applications for it.
Absolutely. And its accessibility is a major factor in its popularity. The fact that it's a free app makes it available to a much wider audience compared to some of the paid AI tools out there.
Yeah, that accessibility is fantastic. But it also brings up questions about responsible use. How can we address concerns about potential misuse, like the spread of misinformation or the creation of harmful content?
That's a challenge that the entire AI community is wrestling with. It requires a multi-pronged approach. Developers need to build in safeguards to limit the potential for misuse while also educating users about the ethical implications of using AI tools.
So it's a shared responsibility. Developers building in safeguards, users understanding the ethical considerations, and maybe even regulatory bodies stepping in to provide some oversight.
You've hit the nail on the head. This collaborative approach will be essential
Yeah.
for harnessing the power of AI while mitigating the potential risks.
All right, let's move on to another key aspect of this DeepSeek phenomenon, how its success might influence the global AI race, specifically between the US and China. It's a complicated issue with no easy answers. DeepSeek's emergence has definitely shaken things up, demonstrating China's growing capabilities in AI development. Could this lead to a more fragmented global AI landscape, with countries focusing more on their own advancements rather than
It's a
collaborating?
valid concern. While healthy competition can drive innovation, excessive rivalry and the lack of collaboration could hinder progress and limit the potential benefits of AI for everyone. It's like we're at a crossroads, with the potential for both collaboration and competition, shaping the future of AI.
It sounds like finding that balance between competition and collaboration will be crucial for determining how AI develops in the coming years. Now let's talk about another fascinating aspect of DeepSeek, its impact on the traditional AI development model. We often hear about the need for massive budgets and cutting-edge hardware to make significant advancements in AI. But DeepSeek's success seems to challenge that notion.
It certainly does. DeepSeek has demonstrated that innovation can flourish, even in the face of constraints. This could inspire a new wave of AI development with a focus on efficiency and resourcefulness.
It's almost like DeepSeek is a case study in doing more with less.
And this approach could have a ripple effect throughout the entire AI industry, leading to more sustainable and accessible development practices.
This brings us to another crucial question. How will DeepSeek's success influence the global AI race, particularly between the US and China?
That's a complex question with no easy answers. DeepSeek's emergence has certainly shaken things up, demonstrating China's growing capabilities in AI development. It could potentially intensify the competition between the two countries, leading to a more fragmented global AI landscape.
A kind of AI arms race?
Some might call it that. However, there's also an opportunity for collaboration. Both the US and China have a vested interest in ensuring that AI development benefits humanity as a whole. This could provide a common ground for cooperation, even in the midst of competition.
So a bit of a yin and yang situation. Competition pushing innovation forward, while the need for responsible AI development could encourage
That's a great way to put it. And finding that balance will be crucial for shaping the future of AI in a way that benefits all of us.
All right, let's shift gears a bit and talk about the potential impact of DeepSeek on the existing power dynamics in the tech world. Do you think this could disrupt the dominance of companies like Google and Microsoft in the AI space?
It's definitely a possibility. DeepSeek has shown that it's possible to develop competitive AI technologies outside of Silicon Valley. This could empower new players and challenge the established order.
It's like a breath of fresh air in the tech world,
I think so. It's exciting to see innovation coming from unexpected places, pushing the boundaries of what's possible.
Now let's talk about the potential economic implications of DeepSeek's rise. Could this lead to shifts in global investment and funding for AI research and development?
It's certainly possible. DeepSeek's success could attract more investment to China and other regions that are demonstrating innovative capabilities in AI.
So we could see a diversification of AI investment, moving beyond the traditional tech hub.
Exactly. And this could create new opportunities for growth and development in different parts of the world.
It seems like DeepSeek's impact extends far beyond just the realm of technology. It's influencing geopolitics, economics, and even how we think about innovation itself. It's a truly fascinating phenomenon.
I couldn't agree more. DeepSeek's story is a reminder that we're living in a time of rapid change and unexpected disruptions. And it's up to us to navigate these changes thoughtfully, ensuring that AI development benefits all of humanity.
Now, before we wrap up this part of our deep dive, I want to touch on one more crucial aspect of the DeepSeek story, the role of government support in its development. It's no secret that the Chinese government has been heavily investing in AI research and development. How has this support contributed to DeepSeek's
Well, government
success?
support has definitely played a significant role in DeepSeek's rise. China has made AI a national priority, providing funding,
Yeah.
resources, and policy support to foster its development. This has created a fertile environment for innovation, allowing companies like DeepSeek to thrive.
So it's a combination of factors: a brilliant founder, strategic resource allocation,
Okay.
and strong government backing.
Precisely. It's a testament to what can be achieved when these elements align.
We've covered a lot of ground in this second part of our deep dive, exploring the multifaceted impact of DeepSeek on the AI landscape and beyond. But there's still much more to unpack. Stay tuned as we continue our exploration in the final part of this episode. So we've talked about DeepSeek's potential to disrupt those established AI players and maybe even reshapes the global tech landscape. But what about the implications for everyday users? Like, how could DeepSeek and tools like it change the way we live and work and, interact with
Well,
technology?
that's a really exciting area to consider. I mean, think about how much the internet and smartphones have already transformed our lives. AI has the potential to be even more transformative, and DeepSeek, with its accessibility and ease of use, could be at the forefront of this change, giving people the power to do things they never could before.
I can definitely see it being used in education,
Yeah.
healthcare, even creative fields, like art and music. The possibilities seem endless.
Absolutely. Imagine a world where AI tutors personalize learning for every student, where AI assistants help doctors diagnose and treat illnesses with greater accuracy, where anyone can create stunning works of art or compose music, even without years of training. DeepSeek's rise hints at a future where AI empowers individuals in some really incredible ways.
It's a future that's both exciting and a little bit daunting, wouldn't you
Yeah,
say?
I think that's a fair assessment. As with any powerful technology, there are those potential downsides we need to be mindful of.
Yeah, earlier we talked about those concerns,
Mm-hmm.
about data privacy and security. But what about the potential impact on jobs and the economy as a whole? There's a lot of anxiety out there about AI automating tasks
Yeah.
that are currently done by humans. What are your thoughts
Well,
on
it's
that?
definitely a valid concern. AI will undoubtedly change the nature of work. Just as previous technological advancements have, some jobs will be automated, that's inevitable. But I believe it will also create new opportunities, new industries we haven't even imagined yet.
So it's not just about job displacement then, but also about job creation and adaptation.
Precisely. The key will be to invest in education and training, to help people adapt to this changing landscape, and maybe even rethink how we structure work and distribute wealth in a world where AI plays such a significant role.
It's a complex issue with no easy answers, but it's definitely a conversation we need to be having now as AI technologies continue to advance.
I agree, and I think DeepSeek's story highlights another really important point, the need for greater understanding and awareness of AI among the general public.
What do you mean
Well,
by that?
DeepSeek has made AI more tangible, more accessible to everyday people. It's no longer this abstract concept confined to research labs and tech companies. You know, this is a great opportunity to engage the public in a broader conversation about AI, its potential, its risks, and how we want to shape its future.
It's like DeepSeek has given us this powerful tool, but now it's up to us to decide how we want to use it, both as individuals and as a society.
Yeah, I think that's a perfect way to put it. DeepSeek's story is a reminder that we are all stakeholders in the future of AI. We need to be informed, engaged, and actively involved in shaping this technology in a way that benefits all of humanity.
Well, we've covered a lot of ground in this deep dive into DeepSeek, from its technical capabilities and cost effectiveness to its impact on the global AI landscape, economic implications, and even its potential to change how we think about work, education, and our relationship with technology. I have to say, this has been one of the most fascinating and thought-provoking conversations we've
I
had on the show.
agree. DeepSeek is a truly remarkable phenomenon, and its story is far from over. It'll be fascinating to see how it continues to evolve and what impact it has on the world in the years to come.
And to our listeners, as we wrap up this deep dive, we'll leave you with this final thought to consider. If DeepSeek has already achieved so much, what does the future hold as AI development becomes even more accessible and globalized? Will we see a wave of innovation driven by collaboration and a shared commitment to responsible development? Or will competition and isolationism dominate the landscape? The answers to these questions will shape the world we live in,
for generations to come. So keep exploring, stay informed, and be part of the conversation. Until next time. This has been The Deep Dive.